If you have ever rented to someone or rented from someone, you might have had a bad experience. So we got some landlord versus tenant feuds happening here today. However, good news is I'm wearing my sassy sweater. It's been decided 100% now that I've had these sweaters for some time. The black is in fact my favorite. I thought the pink would be. I surprised myself. The black's my favorite. You guys know the drill. If you want some sassy merch, jocebedard.com. Check it out. You already know. You already know that an update is coming. New stuff? Maybe. So stay tuned. Anyways, get beverage of your choice. I always say drink water to hydrate because, you know, we need that reminder sometimes. But a beer works, a coffee works, a tea works, a juice works, anything. Cheers. I hope you are having a great day.
Just stay back. I'm going to call the guards.
I'm sorry, am I reading this right? Landlord lunges at tenant with saw over unpaid rent.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, stay back.
Go on.
Just stay back, Thomas.
Sorry?
Just stay back.
No, this is my flat.
No, this is your place, but you cannot do this.
Go to hell.
No, just stay back.
Go to hell.
Are you mad?
I am! I'm mad at you! I tried.
Are you mad?
I am!
Do you think I wouldn't do it?
That's literally a scene from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. My heart just stopped. Had he slipped or fell or anything?
I split you open, you got it?
Just stay back. I'm going to call the guards.
Call the guards.
Yeah, I'll call the guards.
Go on, call the guards.
Yeah, I will call the guards. Just stay back. Stay back. I'll call the guards.
I don't
They
give
will
a about your family or nothing. You will lose more than you ever lost.
I can see that.
That's really nice. I don't care about your family. They will lose. Oh, good. Great. Coming from the man who just lunged at me with a saw. Yeah, I gathered that you don't care about my family or me or my life.
I just evicted my tenants, and this is how they left my property. They ripped off my cabinets, they took out the sink, they demoed everything, put everything in the living room,
Wait.
and look, I finally found where my kitchen sink's at. They left all—
Wait a second. They demoed everything. They took my sink. This is not what I thought was going to happen. I thought we were going to see some mess, you know, some garbage bags left in there. They took your entire house, basically.
all that junky furniture here. Now I had to get rid of this. They took a sledgehammer, and look what they did to my bathroom. But they were kind enough to leave me the toilet, so I could have some deep thoughts. And in case you were wondering what the second bathroom looked like, yeah. They did leave this room a little bit better condition. They left some furniture here, but the floorboards are messed up. I guess I need a new AC. Do you think I should take that security deposit? Comment below.
I think you should take them to court. What? I see a lot of comments, and for more context, and literally people are like, literally take them to court. Like that goes beyond security deposit. That is destruction of property. And you have all their info, right? You would have to.
I am asking you to please let Lucas come in here and do this, or to let me move.
Now.
Well, I'm not giving you permission to come in here and take it out.
It's my house.
I'm paying rent here. I am paying rent here.
Yeah, well, I own the house and I'm running the furnace and
My furnace has been off, Matt, since I moved in here.
Yeah.
Steal.
Can they just enter like that and start doing stuff in your house?
The furnace.
There it goes.
Are you shitting me?
No,
That's a $500 air conditioner.
There
And
you
I just
go.
recorded this whole thing.
Good for you.
So unless you plan on paying me
I'm
for
not
that.
paying you.
Like, not only did he just barge in there and take out the air conditioning, but he didn't even take it out. He pushed it out the window onto the ground, probably broke.
Thing, I'll go out and get it and bring it up.
Matt, you just damaged it.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
you didn't give me any money for the electric bill. Your mother said, oh, I'll give you
You just broke my air
Oh my
conditioner.
gosh.
Look at that.
Okay, well, you have it on video. This guy's gonna lose a whole lot more than just money for the air conditioning or whatever the heck his problem is.
You gotta clean up. Okay?
What do you want me to clean?
This tenant thought she was clean enough.
I want you to clean the unit. I don't, you're not supposed to smoke inside. You're supposed to maintain the ACs and change the filter every month. Clean the
I know
filter.
you're gonna put the new ACs. You want me to clean the ceiling fans and the ceiling?
Yeah, I want you to clean your unit. And
Oh, that ceiling fan had a lot of dust on it.
No, inside the property. You're smoking inside, you're damaging the ACs, you're not reporting the issues, and you're supposed to report, and you have a damage card, which I'm gonna tag, and I'm giving you until the 14th to fix.
So 14.
Yeah,
to
to fix it or remove it.
And the 14 for my apartment.
I'm giving you 7 days for you to cure. We're gonna come and replace the ACs, and depending how that goes, I'm gonna come back and do another inspection. If you keep the premises like this, I have no other option but to terminate your lease.
So
And if
you
don't
do
move
this
out,
to everybody? You go to
only the people that don't maintain the properties. That's who I do it to. And unfortunately, that's my job. I know we all go through hardships. You've been with us for a long time. I don't want you to move, but my job is to preserve the property. And unfortunately, right now, we're not doing that. So that's how it is, okay?
I feel like this landlord is actually being very kind about it. Like that is, you know, if you own multiple properties, that is your job, that's your business, that's your income. That could be the income for your family to provide for your kids. You got to have people who are maintaining the property, like with whatever's in the agreement. So I get it. I feel like she was nice and she was trying to be understanding. I get it. Hard times. Sometimes cleaning a house can be very difficult for people if they struggle mentally. So bless. I hope things work out, but oh, that fan and smoking inside, I swear it like stays on the wall. My friend bought a house from a smoker, and like if you took a rag and wiped down the walls, like the living room, anything, the amount of like black, I guess, ashes that were on the wall, like you couldn't see it, but once you wiped, brutal.
I'm just going to put a warning out with this video. This is not to scare anybody off from investing in property.
Tenant did this to my investment property. Oh my gosh.
Unfortunately, the worst case scenario, which happened to me as a landlord. This is me back in 2017 standing out at the front of my very first brand new investment property. I was super excited. And here I am.
Oh,
again,
beautiful
happy.
house.
The property was brand new, clean, tidy. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1-car in Melton South.
Okay, this house is beautiful. Also, I know this is bad, but like, I love hearing stories like this. Like, I feel bad, but there's something about them that's so entertaining. I kind of wish it was like a TV show.
And I bought it for $335,000 back in 2017.
Oh my God, the housing market now could never.
Fast forward to 2021, and this is the skip bin I had to hire to get rid of all the rubbish, grime, dirt,
Oh no.
stuff that the tenants had left spread all throughout the property. We believe the tenant was subletting to somebody else, and in the time that they lived there, they had a litter of kittens, they had 2 dogs which they had just left in the backyard, which is heartbreaking, and the place was covered in like a sticky film.
Not the dogs, that's the worst part of this all.
There were cans of Jim Beam everywhere. It had just been left in a state of absolute disarray and did not look like the clean, neat and new property that I had bought. I actually can't find too many photos of the inside, but this is what I was met with on the outside. Inside there were carpets that had been torn. The whole place needed a repaint because of the amount of scribbles on the walls from kids, and the backyard needed to be completely redone. Some sort of animal had died out the back and the smell was horrendous.
Oh, my just keeps getting worse. Oh, it's getting worse. We're losing animals.
I spent about $18,000 fixing the property up, ready to re-let it out again. I'll do a part 2 to show you what I did.
Holy moly, 18 grand to fix all that up. Like, I would have so much anxiety renting that out again. Oh, because yeah, you could trust the tenant, but they could sublet and they could do other things. You could have really good tenants, which is great, but what a risk.
A Toronto landlord is suing their former tenant and the city of Toronto for $1.6 million. This is insane. The landlord alleges that her former tenant had rented out her studio apartment over 30 times on Airbnb without her consent. Apparently, the tenants had signed a rental agreement which explicitly prohibits any sort of sublets without the landlord's permission. A small apartment like this, which rents for under $3,000 a month.
Yeah. That's in a lot of Toronto rent contracts, and also my building. I'm acting like you guys live with me. My building actually has, like, in the building agreement, no short-term rentals, no Airbnbs. There's signs everywhere, elevator lobby. Not allowed.
Goes for $500 to $600 a night on Airbnb. This is essentially the definition of Airbnb rental arbitrage, where a tenant will rent a home out on a 1-year lease and then turn around, list it on Airbnb and rent it out nightly to generate cash flow in their pocket. Where the city of Toronto comes into all this is apparently they had given the tenants a short-term rental license, which allows them to list the property on Airbnb. As a result of this, the landlord thinks the tenants, as well as the city of Toronto, owe her $1.6 million for the financial losses, mental anguish, and rental value depreciation of her studio apartment. What's crazy to me is that this figure is roughly in the neighborhood of 2.5 to 3 times of the total value of the apartment in question. Do you think this case actually has a chance of going anywhere, or do you think the only ones laughing at the end of all this is going to be the lawyers?
1.6 million seems extreme. However, I'm just confused. If you were getting your rent on time and there's no damage to the property, like, I'm not saying it's right, it's illegal, because you signed a contract that says you will not rent out an Airbnb, so she's, like, the tenant's in the wrong. But I'm wondering, like, what anguish had you not known? Like, if there's damage to your property, if your rent wasn't paid on time, okay, I totally get it. I just need more details here, but 1.6 mil, I don't think they're gonna get that.
Is it the landlord's problem or is it my problem? So our shower's been leaking ever since we moved in. And to demonstrate this, I did a quick test. So the landlord's temporary solution was to put duct tape around the bottom seal, which, as you can see, after 30 seconds of turning the water on, it didn't work very well. The water ends up dripping all over the floor, creating quite a big health hazard to us. Under section 11 of the landlord tenant...
Bruh. Duct tape? Any landlord that suggests duct tape, like, I already know who's at fault here.
Act 1985, it's the landlord's duty to carry out basic repairs, specifically gas, electric and water. Thankfully they're coming round tomorrow morning, and there has just been a temporary fix for the last month. But yes, it is a landlord's problem.
Yeah, that's a landlord's problem. Like, the big time.
They're legally allowed to be here until midnight.
Hold on, let me read this. Landlord goes off at police. Oh, so I guess this is landlord versus police officer.
Because the lease finishes today. He wants the car moved because it's blocking the thoroughfare for tenants, but it's kind of not really. They can still get their vehicles down the side. He just doesn't want the car here. No, apparently you can't push it.
So he doesn't want their car. There's a lot of room. There's a lot of room if that's what I'm looking at there. And technically, yeah, if the lease doesn't end till the next day, that is after midnight.
No, it's automatic and it's locked in gear.
Automatic and it's locked in gear. So they've already arranged for Sanford Towing to come, and Sanford Towing are on their way to tow it. So they're doing the best they can to get the vehicle off. But old mate's like, he's going to get his truck to move it.
Interesting. They got a tow truck on the way. The car is not able to be moved. Apparently it's not on this guy's timeline, so he's like, I'm gonna move it myself. Okay, we got a part 2 though. We got an update. This doesn't happen always. So we're going to part 2.
45 years experience in working.
Wait, it says speaking to senior police officer. Oh boy.
Motor vehicles, and everything they say is a lie. And no, it's not. He's lying. It's you know, no. Look, this conversation is going to end very quickly if you talk over me. Okay? If you don't talk over me. That's in the conversation. Why don't you ring Mark from the Gap Police Station?
Imagine talking to a senior police officer after talking to a different police officer, and you're trying to get these people on your side. You're not going to win, man.
Well, talk to Mark. All right.
I don't know a Mark from the Gap station.
Well, there is a Mark at the Gap station. He's very au fait with the situation here. Okay?
I don't know any Mark from the Gap station. But anyway, the Gap station's closed now. There's no one here after hours.
You know what? You're not really good at this book.
Is Mark okay? I don't even think Mark exists.
I don't give a stuff. All right? I've got a car in my land. I've got a tow truck going to pull it out. So you've got no involvement in this. See you later. No, I don't have a conversation with you. Bye.
Hang on a second.
No, bye.
I wouldn't be arguing with him if I was
No, bye.
Let me speak.
No, I'm not interested, mate. I'm going to get a car removed from my land.
No, you're not. They've got a lease until...
No, they're not in the leased land, you fool.
Alright, okay.
They're not in the leased land.
What did you just call me?
F-O-O-L.
Bro, you're going to get yourself arrested over this. He says they're lying. Why would I want to pay for a tow truck to come move this car if I could really just move the car? You know how expensive tow trucks are, sir? Wow! That sounds like a nightmare. No, thank you. I'm out of here, you guys. Stay classy up there. Stay sassy, and I'll see you tomorrow.